Roman Wilson's up-and-down training camp has left the Pittsburgh Steelers a little weary of what he could be for them this year. Wilson had a great day on Tuesday, though, and it seems he might be starting to round the bend. He made a great grab going to the ground in 7 shots on a ball from Aaron Rodgers. Later in the team periods, Wilson would dust a cornerback to win on a dig route, gaining a chunk gain. He looked like the most consistent wide receiver outside of DK Metcalf in the one-on-ones as well. Rodgers wants Wilson to get out of his own head because he sees the talent, but also believes Wilson is thinking too much on the football field. I got to get Roman out of his head a little bit. I think he's such a good kid. He cares so much about whether it's my approval or he's doing it right. He's just got to trust himself because he's so damn talented. The more that he can play free and not think out there, the better he's going to play. The more he can just trust what he's got and just go out and react, the better he's going to play, Rodgers said. Head coach Mike Tomlin has often called out how important of a training camp this is for him and has appreciated Wilson's ability to play in the slot and outside. He's shown really good adaptability and position flex. We're still very much early in the process, but I like some of the things I've seen for him, Tomlin said. Wilson was listed behind Robert Woods and Scotty Miller on the depth chart, a fact that could have motivated the second-year Michigan product. While the Steelers have him listed there, he is running with the first team in their 3 wide receiver sets, and even when they take one off the field to bring in another tight end, Wilson has started to play there, too. The Steelers keep utilizing him like a player they expect to have an impact, and if he can have more days like the one on Tuesday, he will earn that role. The Pittsburgh Steelers suffered a disappointing end to the 2024 season. This caused head coach Mike Tomlin and general manager Omar Khan to put their heads together and figure out a way to move the franchise forward, especially on the offensive side of the ball. Aaron Rodgers is the obvious headliner for the offseason, but the Steelers completely retooled their running back room in the wake of Najee Harris's departure. Jaylen Warren is expected to take the reins and make a huge leap in his 4th NFL season, but Pittsburgh added reinforcements anyway. Free agency netted the team Kenneth Gainwell and Trey Sermon, and the Steelers took Caleb Johnson in the 3rd round of the 2025 NFL Draft. While Johnson has initially been buried on the depth chart in Pittsburgh, it should not surprise fans to see him become the team's preseason MVP. Caleb Johnson is destined for strong preseason with the Pittsburgh Steelers. Steelers fans are fairly certain that first-round pick Derek Harmon will live up to his billing right away. Plus, as an expected starter, his snap share could be relatively low compared to the other rookies on the roster. There was plenty of intrigue surrounding rookie quarterback Will Howard heading into the preseason as well. However, with him sidelined for at least 3 weeks, Johnson should be where most of the eyes go, considering he'll be the obvious centerpiece of the preseason offense. Warren and Gainwell are experienced enough not to need too many reps, so the workload should be wide open for Johnson, who has been ascending in training camp after a few initial bumps to begin his career. Whoever wins the battle between Sermon, Evan Hull, and Lew Nichols should not be a major factor in the Steelers' offense either, so fans should expect the bulk of the reps to go to Johnson. Offensive coordinator Arthur Smith is surely itching to watch Johnson run against a non-Steelers defense as well. With a strong set of preseason performances against the Jacksonville Jaguars, Tampa Bay Buccaneers, and Carolina Panthers, Johnson could easily rise to being second on the depth chart by week 1. The ultimate goal is for Johnson to have a Najee Harris-like role in the offense alongside Warren, and that can only be sorted out through trial by fire in exhibition games. Expect Johnson to flourish in an offense where he gets plenty of opportunities and to become the star of the preseason. A new era has begun with the Jacksonville Jaguars. Not only is there a new head coach in Liam Cohen, but he's been joined by a new GM in James Gladstone as well. The duo's first draft pick? Reigning Heisman Trophy winner Travis Hunter, who starred on both sides of the ball at Colorado. Now, as the Jaguars' preseason opener versus the Pittsburgh Steelers approaches, Jacksonville fans have wondered if Hunter will play both ways Saturday. According to ESPN's Michael Duraco, that is the current plan for Hunter's debut in a couple days. Travis Hunter will make his 2-way debut Saturday night when the Jacksonville Jaguars play host to the Pittsburgh Steelers in both teams' preseason opener, reported Duraco on Thursday afternoon. Fans will certainly be excited just how big of an impact Hunter has on the game. Even though it is a preseason matchup, it should be a good indicator of just how far along Hunter is on both offense and defense. The team's latest unofficial depth chart had him as a starting receiver and second-string cornerback. If that's the case, then he could see more time on defense against the Steelers. Just how big of an impact will the former Colorado Buffalo have? Jaguars look to start Liam Cohen era off on right foot. Hunter won't be the only starter playing on Saturday. Cohen spoke to quarterback Trevor Lawrence and center Robert Hainsey ahead of the team's matchup, and many of the starters will also play in the game. The team has only one joint practice scheduled against the Miami Dolphins. Over the last few years, joint practices have become a much better indicator of how teams will look against the opposition. So, despite the presence of starters for Jacksonville on Saturday, don't expect to see them play too long. Still, getting the rest of the team more reps in Cohen's system is never a bad idea. All it can take is one injury or a spate of poor play, then a number 2 can become a number 1. With Cohen and Gladstone still evaluating their roster, there are opportunities for Hunter and the rest of his teammates to make an early impression. Will that impression help or hurt them? Come Saturday night, the NFL will get a first glimpse of just how prepared Hunter is for the pro game. Hunter won't be the only starter playing on Saturday. Cohen spoke to quarterback Trevor Lawrence and center Robert Hainsey ahead of the team's matchup, and many of the starters will also play in the game. The team has only one joint practice scheduled against the Miami Dolphins. Over the last few years, joint practices have become a much better indicator of how teams will look against the opposition. So, despite the presence of starters for Jacksonville on Saturday, don't expect to see them play too long. Still, getting the rest of the team more reps in Cohen's system is never a bad idea. All it can take is one injury or a spate of poor play, then a number 2 can become a number 1. With Cohen and Gladstone still evaluating their roster, there are opportunities for Hunter and the rest of his teammates to make an early impression. Will that impression help or hurt them? Come Saturday night, the NFL will get a first glimpse of just how prepared Hunter is for the pro game.